New rule. Nobody's allowed to Arian when you call in for a voicemail. Just get to the question.
I disagree with this rule.
We've gotten it for 3 years. People, you listen. Tweet him. Tweet Arian. Tweet if you appreciate Arian's time in the NFL. Please tweet him. I hope he gets all the praise that he desires. Not on the voicemails. TD, Tutty, taking it to the house, in for 6. Whatever you call a touchdown, one thing's for sure. Touchdowns matter more at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. On the ground, in the air, from the special teams or defense, we don't care how they score them. We just want to bet on touchdowns, and DraftKings Sportsbook is the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Ready to place your first NFL bet? Try betting on something simple like a player to score a touchdown. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your bet today. You've got games like this Thursday night, the Bills and Dolphins. If you want to bet Josh Allen, he's -110. Jalen Waddle, +145. Dalton Kincaid, +220. All sorts of guys to score. They got first touchdown, too. Those are even better. All sorts of stuff. The lines and odds are subject to change. But if you're ready to do a touchdown dance of your own, new DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $250 in bonus bets instantly, and you get 1 month of NFL Plus Premium. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code MACRO. That's code MACRO for new customers to get $250 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 and get 1 month of NFL Plus Premium only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. My bad. I'm in a goofy ass mood, man. Run that back.
No. Keep it.
You want to leave that shit?
Yeah, keep it. Just keep going.
Welcome back, everybody. Macrodosing podcast. I'm your host, Derrick. Where's he at? He's getting hair
plugs.
I don't think they're necessarily hair plugs.
I don't want to shame him. Because hair is like, when you start losing hair, people like lose confidence, and it could be. I don't want to shame him. People, you know what I'm saying? But it is objectively funny when you say, "Oh, I gotta go get hair plugs." It's not hair plugs. What is the actual?
It's a hair refresh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Surgery procedure. I don't know what you call it.
Got you. Hey, man. Y'all pray for him. I think he's going under anesthesia. I'm just joking. That'd be funny as shit. But we here, man. It's me and Big T today, and we got Maddie and Mac on the 1s and 2s. We have a fun little nano dosing for y'all set up, man. Just a little tap in though. How's everybody feeling? I'm feeling really good right now. No coffee.
You seem like you're in a you seem like you have definitely had coffee.
Mm-hmm.
No, you know what it is. I've noticed when I get up in the morning and exercise before I do anything, it just the body flow, the thoughts flow. Put you in a good mood. You know what I mean?
So you're feeling good?
Yeah.
Love that.
Just explain why. Yeah.
Have
you ever done that? You ever got up in the morning and just exercise, man?
Yeah, but I don't like doing it in the morning. If I've got to go to the gym or whatever, I can't do it in the morning.
Why is that?
Because I did it so often for football, getting up at like 5 a.m. And then it's just like now, I just can't do it that early.
I feel you, man.
I could probably, people roll in here at 11 or 12, so I could probably take some time if I wanted to, but I try to be here by
I bet it'll put you in a better mood.
Maybe.
I guarantee it'll put you in
I think I'm in a pretty good mood most of the time.
I don't think so, but hey, if you feel like that, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I just don't think you've seen bad mood bad enough.
Bad mood?
Like what you think is a bad mood isn't bad.
What's a bad mood for you? Like,
it'll get bad.
What's the worst crash out Big T ever had? Like, what's the last crash out you had where you're like, yo, I got to get a hold of myself for something bad about to happen?
It was probably spurred by a sporting event.
I got a meme of you in my phone, yelling at the TV, saying that's fucking bullshit.
That could be anything. I don't even know when that's from.
I'm gonna send the shit to you. No?
It might be. I feel like I remember something from the 2022 Alabama game. I think I did something like that. If it's at the Hoboken house, that's what it is.
Could be. I'll send it to you. But yo, so NFL weekend kicked off. And I wanted to watch football this weekend. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm gonna be a football guy this weekend, right? Because I had my kids. We was gonna tell yo, we watching football, we chilling this weekend. And apologies to the Sperry words. Just click after this. But I opened my phone right before, you know what I'm saying, I go turn on the TV to, get all my news and shit before football. And Kendrick Lamar tweeted, right? Kendrick don't ever tweet. And so it popped up on my feed immediately. And I was like, oh no, wait, what's he doing? Because he don't tweet. And he had a little Super Bowl jump. He had a little Super Bowl promo. And he is going to be performing at halftime. Now, this is hilarious to me on many fronts, but I think it's dope because he's one of my favorite artists, first and foremost. But there's a lot of talk in the hip hop world about what's going on, right? So let me break it down for y'all a little bit. The Super Bowl's in New Orleans, right? And Kendrick Lamar and Drake obviously just had a global hip hop battle, right? And so in the promo, I don't know. So people that don't follow it, like people probably didn't know what happened. Drake has been subliminally posting. He dropped something called 100 gigs, and in the 100 gigs, it's a lot of like back end footage of him for the last decade of just like him like in the studio, him meeting up with people, him rapping, him going over beats. Like it's actually really dope if you're a Drake fan. I enjoyed watching it. But amongst the release of those files was like kind of some subliminal stuff going on. And one of them was a clip of Rasheed Wallace, which is that old basketball player saying, "We're gonna win game 2. We're gonna win round 2." And there's a dude named DJ Academics who kind of like is at the forefront of like Drake news. He like loves Drake, and he's really hip hop news, but like he's like Drake's biggest fan. And he been like tweeting, "Oh, we gonna win round 2. We gonna win round 2." So the hip hop battle that kind of captivated the entire world. They've been alluding to maybe there's going to be a second kickoff to it, right? Now, Kendrick in the Super Bowl promotion addresses that, and in it he says, "You only get one opportunity to win a championship. No more round 2. There ain't no round 2s." Thought it was pretty clever. Thought it was pretty dope. I would like to see another battle. I just like music from both them cats. That'd be fun. But so just for those that wasn't up on that, that's what that was about. So Kendrick's gonna be performing at the Super Bowl halftime show. And the other part of that drama is this: Drake came up under Lil Wayne's tutelage. Lil Wayne is like one of the biggest hip hop acts of all time. And to me, he's one of the he's in my top. Probably, you're not gonna get an argument from me if you tell me he's in the top 5. He's amazing. So, but he came up under Drake came up under Wayne's tutelage, and Wayne is from New Orleans, and so a lot of people are saying because Jay-Z is allegedly, I don't know how true this is, but this is the talk on the streets, Big T. Allegedly, Jay-Z is ahead of like all of the, I don't even know what you would call that, kind of the outreach programs for the entertainment side of the NFL. So like stuff like the Super Bowl, stuff like philanthropy, stuff like, social programs, stuff like that they partake in. Jay-Z is supposedly the head of all that. Now, Jay-Z and Drake was cool, but they're saying that Jay-Z picked Kendrick Lamar for the halftime show instead of Lil Wayne. I don't know how true it is. I think they just riding the momentum that Kendrick has because it was obviously one of the biggest moments of the year. And so I think they're just riding that wave. But I don't know. It was an interesting dialogue back and forth on my side of Twitter. So
are you excited
about Kendrick?
Yeah.
This is what I'm excited for more than anything. I think what I like about Kendrick, and I've said it from the jump, is like what I like about him is his his ability to storytell and the depth of the things that he says. And so everything he does is very meticulous and very calculated. And I think that's how artists should be. A lot of the times in today's world, our artists kind of succumb to the pressures of the clickbait era. And so artists always have to, you have to be a part of the algorithm. You have to create a buzz. You always have to be in the mix. And if you're not in the mix, you kind of get lost in the shuffle because we're constantly inundated with all of this entertainment. That I believe it just kind of dilutes the art. It doesn't allow the artist to sit, be inspired, create, build upon that inspiration, like it, love it, throw it away, build upon it. That's like the process of art. And what I like about Kendrick is he doesn't care about any of that. For whatever reason, he's garnered a fan base that is very loyal to him, and it continues to grow. And so I'm excited that I think you'll see that there's a very poignant way that he does things, and it's very much appreciated as a Kendrick fan. So yeah, I'm excited, and the fact that he's going to play Not Like Us to the entire world, calling Drake a pedophile, is going to be fucking wild to me. But
I saw a tweet that said, imagine getting a 5-month notice that they're going to call you a pedophile at the Super Bowl.
It's still, at this point, I do feel bad for Drake because it's like, all right, there are some weird allegations out there about him, right? Whatever. But I mean, not whatever. There is some proof that I don't want to get to, but it's like, dog, like you can't get away from it. You can't get away from it because music is such a integral part of our society. And especially right before football season, and especially college football, you got college bands, you got black colleges playing that shit all the time. That shit's in all the TikToks. It's in all the Instagram reels. It's just everywhere. And then the one thing, like, all right, I'm gonna watch Super Bowl with the homies. Like, you know what I'm saying? Take my mind off of what I do for a living. Nope. The halftime show is going to be a celebration of dancing on your grave. It's wild, bro.
And
I actually feel for that.
Right when it had like died down too.
Yeah,
because that whole thing was what, like 5-6 months ago?
Yeah.
And so now it started to go away, and then boom, Super Bowl.
That's tough, bro. It's just tough. And so Drake, so like a lot of the For You stuff that I've been starting to look at my For You page, which I think you was like, nah, it's pretty good stuff. You're right.
Yeah, it's gotten much better.
Yeah. So a lot of my For You stuff, I like bouncing back and forth though, because I still like the chronological order of my Twitter feed. But the For You stuff is more, the stuff that you're into, which I like. I appreciate it. But so like a lot of like the Drake and Kendrick stuff will pop up in my feed, and so a lot of the Drake fans, like the conspiracies, are saying like it was a concerted effort to get Drake up out of here, you know what I'm saying, or just to the battle. And I could understand going there if I was a conspiracy theorist, or if I was like a super Drake fan, but I just took an L, and I just feel like he fucked with the wrong one. Kendrick is just a different. He's not normal, but. Alas, here we are, Super Bowl performance. I'm excited. I'm back watching ball. How was your ball watching experience? You want to just do the Tennessee Minute, hop right into it?
Yeah, I mean, did you watch?
I did. I watched the first half. But I'm going to tell you why I turned it off before you get into it.
Okay.
It was one of the most aesthetically unpleasing games I've seen in a long time. The colors were off to me. They didn't mesh well.
Now, hang on, because you told me last week, got to wear orange and white. Can't wear gray, can't wear black.
I don't think it had anything to do with either team. I think red and black is a solid color. Orange and white, of course, I believe they have dope uniforms. But when they were together and the stadium, it just didn't feel like it didn't feel good. I didn't like watching it. The aesthetically game that was pleasing, Colorado and Nebraska, that just looked dope to me. And I watched a little bit more of that because it just felt better.
Well, we're fucking awesome. Like,
it's
concerning to me how good we are. Because I know at some point, like, but this team is really now. And I wanted to talk to you because you were adamant for years that Tennessee could never have a good defense with the way they play offense. And our defense is disgusting.
I didn't say never. If I did, I misspoke. What I and I still stand by this is you make it very hard. And you don't, and when you play teams that, especially later in the year when it's colder and you playing cold weather football, when you playing running football, it's hard to sustain that without because one of the big, I mean, if you watch NFL this year, I mean this weekend, they played really good football, and a lot of the football they were playing was getting those 3-4 yards a pop, milking the clock, running the clock. It lets your defense rest. If your defense is always out there, they're gonna get tired.
Well, we do have a thing for that, which is if we score too quickly on the extra point, we have a designated fake injury guy who you can watch. It's Jackson Lampley every single time. If we score too quick, he goes down. And on the broadcast, I was like, "Oh, hope Lampley's okay. He's completely fine." We do that to give the defense an extra 90 seconds or so. And
yeah, that's it. I did that once. This is my rookie year, and we're in the huddle. Same situation happened. We scored too quick, and we needed our defense to rest. And I was on kickoff, and they were like, "Hey, Arian, you're gonna fake an injury this on kickoff." And I was like, "Okay." They're like, "Yeah, we need our defense to rest." So I'm like, "All right." And so the funny thing is, they called my mom. One of the dudes on the sidelines called my mom. They was like, "Hey, we're just letting you know he's not hurt. He's just faking an injury to let the defense rest." He was like, "Okay." So I run down. I just lay down, and then when they come up to me, because the trainers know too, they just come up to me and they're just like, "So what's up, man?" I'm like, "Man, I'm just chilling, man. How you doing?" Casual conversation.
Yeah, I would love to hear one of the conversations with Lampley when they go out there after the extra points, because it happens fairly often. But our defensive line is like the best we've had certainly in the last 15 years at least. They're disgusting. We haven't allowed a touchdown. The bowl game last year and our 2 games this year, we have not allowed an offensive touchdown.
Yeah, no, I haven't watched them with like a critical lens yet, but like from what I've seen, they just look very, very well coached. Very, I'm not in love with the offensive line, but again, I haven't watched it with a critical lens.
They're not the strongest unit on the team, but they're serviceable. Like we rushed for 250 yards the other day.
Yeah, and that's what I need to see him play like a good team. I'm not sure how good NC State was. So I need to see him play like a really solid team.
It's in 2 weeks, Oklahoma on the road.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah, we have Kent State this week, who is the worst team in the FBS. They're worse than Chattanooga, who we beat.
Hey,
60,
roll off
63,
the schedule for me, because I have no idea who they got on.
So it's Kent State this week, who we could beat by 100.
You got this shit? Hold on, do you got this shit memorized?
I'll try. So it's Kent State, then it's at Oklahoma. Somebody pull it up and fact check me as I'm going. At Oklahoma, which was just announced as it's a night kick. The week after that is a bye. Then it's at Arkansas. Then, can you tell me what date it is? Arkansas, is that October 5th?
Arkansas is October 5th, which means...
So the following week is Florida at home. Mm-hmm. The week after that is Bama at home.
Yep.
The week after that, this is where it gets dicey. Because there's 2 byes this year. There's another bye in there somewhere. Is it Mississippi State after Bama?
No. Do you want me to tell you?
It's a different team or it's a bye?
Do you want me to tell you?
No. If it's not Mississippi State, then it's a bye.
Yes.
Then it's Mississippi State?
No. Who's
after that?
Kentucky,
Mississippi State.
Yep.
UTEP.
No.
Who's the other SEC game? Oh, at Georgia, UTEP, at Vandy. Yeah.
That's impressive, dog. You know what? I wish that everybody finds a passion like you have a passion.
I agree.
Yeah,
I think it's good.
I agree. It's good. It's good for people, man, to have something to love like that, man. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of you being a fan.
I'm going to be disappointed at this point if we don't make the playoff. I think we are a really, really good football team.
High hopes, baby.
I'll tell you that leads into, like, we played offensively. I'd say we played a B- game the other day, and we beat a ranked team 51-10. And the only touchdown they scored was on a pick six. That wasn't Nico's fault, by the way. That parlay. Well, his arm got hit.
No. I did see. There was like this walk-on linebacker that had a pick six.
Mm-hmm. Will Brooks. No, he's a safety. He starts at safety, brother.
Safety. Okay, safety.
We have a white walk-on safety.
That's wild. Hey, shout out to him. But no, the halftime. This is wild to me. At halftime, they interview Heupel, and the coach and the lady goes, "Oh, it was a hell of a pick by Will Brooks is his name. Mm-hmm. Are you gonna get him on scholarship?" Like, god damn, that's just, to me, that was hella abrasive. You think
in the middle of a game?
Middle, like you think like what kind of adjustment you go make when you think how did he look? Nah, like you gonna get that nigga on scholarship or what?
So I didn't know that. You're telling me for the first time. I'll tell you, I didn't see that. I'll tell you why. So I had a nightmare situation on Saturday.
Okay.
So I had one of my high school football coaches was in town this week to go to the Titans-Bears game. So he said, let's go watch UT on Saturday. I said, cool. He had a few more guys with him. So option number one was we'll go to the UT bar where the UT alumni go and stuff, and it's fun. For whatever reason, the bar that they normally use was closed or something, so they went to a different one that was like an hour out of town. And they were going to the Cubs game before, so that option was out. So I was like, well, there's a rooftop like lounge in my apartment building that's just like some sofas and there's a big TV in there. I was like, and I knew you could reserve it. I was like, so I'll reserve that. We'll order some food, whatever. Call my apartment building and say, hey, I'd like to reserve the rooftop lounge. For 3 hours, they quoted me a price of $3,000 US. And I legit at first, I swear, I thought he was kidding. Like, you go to a restaurant, like, hey, can I get whatever? And the waiter goes, no. And then they're like, oh, well, yeah. I thought he was kidding. And then I was like, is that a deposit? And they were like, no, that's what it costs. I was like, okay, so that's out. So then I was like, I guess we're just going to have to go to like a regular bar where there probably won't be sound, but like whatever. So we show up at this bar down the street from my apartment, and you've been there. And we walk in, and there are a bunch of...
Pause.
We've been there with you.
Oh, the bar.
Yes.
You said my apartment.
No.
Whoa, brother.
The bar.
Yeah, I got you.
And so we walk in, and every TV in the bar is on Kansas, Illinois. And there are a bunch of Kansas and Illinois fans in there pretending that their football game matters. So we asked the waiter, like, hey, can we turn one of these 9 TVs to the game on ABC between two ranked teams? And the Kansas fans sitting next to us are like, no.
Oh,
so we start to get into it with these women. They finally move us to our own corner of the bar with one tiny TV, and they're like, we'll put it on this. And at this point, I'm fuming, but I'm like, whatever, it'll be on a TV. They turn it to ABC, and this bar has DirecTV, which has currently lost all Disney channels. Mm-hmm. No ESPN, no ABC. Damn. So it's not on, and the game is starting at this point, and I'm having a conniption. I'm losing. This was my personal version of hell. Kansas, Illinois on every TV, and UT is playing a ranked matchup that I can't watch.
That's tough, bro.
Oh, I tried everything. I had 2 of the employees there were very kind and tried to help as much as they could. We could not get the game on the TV. So we watched the first half on our phones, and then I got up and left at halftime. I was like, Coach, I'll see you later. I can't do this for the second half. So I went home and I watched the second half in my house.
Crazy, dog. Saying, Coach, it's nice seeing you, man, but I gotta go.
I couldn't. It was a nightmare situation.
Was the TVs at least good? Like, was it good size? You could see everything?
What do you mean?
I mean, sometimes you go to the bar TVs and your neck be hurting because
it wasn't on the TV.
Oh, you didn't see it. Oh, you saw it on. Oh,
did you not listen to my whole story?
Yeah, I did. I put it together.
The TV that the game was supposed to be on just said DirecTV currently does not have this channel due to a dispute.
I got you.
So I was watching it on my phone.
Yeah, I didn't hear the phone part. My fault.
Oh yeah, it was horrible.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it was not good. Not a good situation. Luckily, we beat the shit out of them.
Why didn't you plan for that?
I did. I thought that was why it was the third option, and I went begrudgingly.
We're talking about Tennessee ain't played a ranked game like this in a long time where it's like good. You should have planned better.
I told you the UT bar was an hour and a half away. My apartment, I considered he had 4 other dudes with him, so it would have been 6 of us piling into my apartment, and I was like, but I didn't want to ask like the other dudes I'd never met. I was like, I didn't want to ask them to do that.
Who were the other dudes?
Like a couple of them were his friends, and then they apparently met up with some other people. So it was like
hey, Big T, let's go watch the game at a bar. That was the whole game plan.
Well, my first game plan was the UT bar. That obviously didn't work. My second game plan was, we'll go watch at the like rooftop at my apartment. That didn't work. And so then I was like, fine, we'll just go to a regular bar. And I had forgotten about the ABC thing. Now, I will say, having DirecTV as a bar in 2024 is outrageous. Every bar should be required to have a streaming television service, and every app. If the game's on Peacock, you should have to have Peacock. If it's on whatever.
Which is NBC. I don't know if you knew that.
I did. And these guys just had DirecTV. It was a nightmare. It was horrible.
That's hilarious.
Luckily, UT took care of business.
Yeah, they did, man. Don't let it happen again, man. Plan better.
Again, this was out of my control. That would never happen to me by myself. I can promise you that. Guys, when it comes to getting your hair cut, don't just go anywhere. Visit the specialists who live and breathe men's hair. At Sports Clips Haircut, stylists undergo special training to be the experts in men's hair, making them the masters of mullets, finessers of fades, and understudies of the undercut. It's easy to have confidence in your look when you're in the hands of a pro. Just another way Sport Clips helps keep your head and your hair in the game. Sport Clips, it's a game changer.
Oh, man. So how was your Sunday watching football experience? Because
listen, I have a potential college football playoff team. I don't have time to worry about the Falcons and Kirk Cousins' old washed ass. I don't have time for that.
So there was like a bunch of shit going around. Like Falcons fans was going through it.
I watched yesterday and I was like, that was enough for me. I've seen what I needed to see.
I didn't see the game. What happened?
Bro, he's first of all still very clearly injured. Like, I was just looking, this is a 3rd and 15, guys wide open, and he like can't plant on his right foot to like deliver the ball. And I think I saw he moved out of the tackle box once the entire game. Like, he can't move. And we scored 1 touchdown. The Steelers didn't even score a touchdown and they won. They're terrible. They have the Eagles and Chiefs the next 2 weeks, so they're 0-3 already. It's done. But again, I have a college football playoff team to worry about. I don't need that in my life.
I feel you. I mean, I watched a little bit on Sunday. I was like, like I said, I'm gonna watch football this week, and it's just, I don't know, man. I think my lust for it is dead. I enjoy watching still, but it's just like I don't have that like feeling anymore that I used to. I noticed that.
Like that you want to play, or like
no, because I used to, when I was growing up, I used to get excited to watch games. Like I was like you. I was a super fan when I was growing up. I grew up watching Barry Sanders. I grew up watching, Ricky Williams, like those kind of cats. Randy Moss. I grew up in that era. I used to like that dun 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 dun, like it gets that feeling, And my squad, my college squad growing up was Nebraska. I used to love Nebraska. Uh, Bobby Newcomb, Eric Crouch, Tommy Frazier. Those days, I was a fan. I just loved watching the game. And then now it's just I tried this weekend. I really tried, and it's just I don't know, man. Something maybe it's chemical. I don't know. I just don't. It's just not there. I'll still watch. Like I'll catch a good game, but the enjoyment for me is not as. It doesn't give me as much dopamine as it used to.
But did you still like watching football that much when you were playing in like college and the NFL?
In college, I loved watching pros. I loved watching them because I was like, in my mind, I'm like, one day I'm gonna get there. And then when I got to pros, I never watched unless it was at like an event, like we'd watch the Super Bowl, stuff like that. But bro, like we used to watch so much film
Right.
that I knew so much. Like I had a fantasy. We played fantasy with my family just for fun, and it was like 2014. I fucking washed them, but I didn't wash them because I got all the great picks. I washed them because like I knew like if so and so's playing this defense, like I know what that defense is gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like I know their strengths, I know their weaknesses, so they're probably not gonna do as good here. And it was just I was just killing them. I was just killing them. And so to that extent, I never really watched in the league. And then when I got out the league, obviously took a big hiatus, and now I'm getting back into it. I don't know, man. It's just not as appealing for me anymore.
But like that kind of makes sense though, once you've done it for so long.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
like
you ever seen The Wizard of Oz?
it's been a while, but yeah, I've heard of it.
It's like when they peek behind the curtain and you realize it's all a facade. That's how I feel about football, man. It's just not
Yeah, but
the
like
black.
it's still awesome. It
No,
still
no,
rocks though.
I get it, dog. I get it. I'm a fan of people being fans. You know what I'm saying? It's just the magic is gone for me. I know how they do the tricks. It's just there's no magic. Although I did watch the Texans Colts game this year, and every now and then when shit like this, and this is why it's hard. I got a lot of thoughts going on right now. Is it Anthony Richardson, the quarterback for the Colts?
Mm-hmm.
He made one of the greatest passes I've ever seen. Did you
He's
see
what
it?
would happen if Joe Milton like could figure it out. That's what that's
That
what
is a great. That is a great.
that's
that is a
what personnel people like when they look at Joe Milton, they're like, that's what they see.
Yeah, you're 1,000% correct. I still believe it. I still believe in my dude, man.
Maybe he'll figure it out. I don't know.
But yeah, he made one of the greatest passes I've ever seen. I'm talking 65 yards in the air off his back foot and dropped it in the pocket, dog. I was like, oh my God. It was disgusting. So like when shit like that happens, love it. I think his name is Nico Collins, a receiver for the Texans.
Mm-hmm.
He made a catch to seal the game. Beautiful fucking catch. Oh my God. So I find myself like looking for plays like that are just like abnormally like that is an amazing athletic feat. Like that's kind of how I look at it. I know what you mean though, because I still have that for basketball. Like your UT is my Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I'm a Laker fan. So it's like I be talking shit to my players and shit. Like, what the fuck are you doing? I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. It kind of sucks too, because it's like my bad, I'm muting myself. I spent my entire life around football. That was what I was doing my entire life. And then all of a sudden it's just the magic gone. It's kind of sad, man.
Yeah, but it's like you know, when people retire from whatever other job they have, they're not like infatuated with that job anymore.
Some people are like, look, Tom Brady, he back in the booth, bro.
Well, they're paying him $700 million. I would do whatever you wanted me to.
I don't know that I would, man. I don't know that I would like commentate or anything like that. It's just
10 years, $375 million.
Tom Brady?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Never mind. You should show up and talk about football. Yeah, I would absolutely do that. I'm talking that shit.
A lot of people didn't like him yesterday.
Me included.
Yeah, I saw some of the Cowboy Cleveland game. He don't got that Romo in him. You know what I'm saying? And who'd ever said that? You know what I mean? Tony Romo better than Tom Brady at anything. But yeah, it's just he's kind of like got like a little, like nasally voice.
Yeah.
He
Well,
doesn't have a very
and he replaced
sonically
Greg
pleasing.
Olson, who was really good.
He was a killer. Yeah, he was a killer. I think they're just that network's trying to capture that Tony Romo magic.
Yeah.
But Tony's great at what he does, man. I think if Tom Brady did that more, like actually break down what you're seeing, because he was more like very opinionated, and it wasn't. Here I am critiquing Tom Brady on his announcing skills, but I just know what I loved from watching Tony Romo was he's aware of what every single defensive coordinator is trying to do, right? And so he's viewing the game from a very unique perspective because as quarterbacks at that level they know loads more than the average announcer and the average football player. And so when you break down like, sir, okay, every single cover is like Tom Brady's a master at that. So like that's that. I think that's what people want to see. People want to see you break it down to like, um, the niches of the game, the games within the game. Did you see that clip about Ed Reed? Because Ed Reed had said Patrick Mahomes, he probably has some weaknesses. He could figure it out. So young people were like flaming him, like, who the fuck could figure out Patrick Mahomes? Yeah, right. And it's like, I don't think you really understand who Ed Reed was. And then there's a clip that started going viral again of Bill Belichick and Ed Reed talking about Ed Reed and him playing Peyton Manning. And he did the craziest shit in the world. And I'll paraphrase for it, but if you haven't listened to it, go check that shit out. It's fantastic. But they had Ed Reed watch film on Peyton Manning, and he studied him, and he said, okay, if he pumps that way, he goes that way, but he reads the safety. He said he's going to be reading me, so I'm going to open my hips to go when he pumps. And usually when they teach DBs, when you open like towards, it's because like you can get there faster. So Ed Reed opens his hips the other way and then does a full circle turn 45 degrees and picks him off. And Bill Belichick said that was one of the most amazing plays I've ever seen in the NFL. He's like that. He said, no, that is the most amazing play I've ever seen in the NFL. The way he broke it down, it's just gorgeous to hear like two masters talking about that stuff. But anyway, Twitter started flaming him. And I'm like, look at this, bro. There are very few people that can make that statement. Patrick Mahomes has weaknesses. Ed Reed is one of them. I think Troy Polamalu is one of them. There's just Darrelle Revis. He's one of them. Like there's a few people who played in our era that are just they got free range to say what the fuck they want. He one of them.
Yeah, Brady was just like he was speaking really awkwardly. Like it wasn't even what he was saying. It was like the cadence of his voice was really weird.
I think he's so media trained. He's been like answering like.
Yeah, that's probably part of that.
He needs to like cut that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Be you, dog. Just like people, that's what people come to see. People come to see you breaking down defenses. Break that shit down. Hey, look, when they do this, they line up this. Watch, they're gonna do this. That's what we want to see.
Yeah,
that's what we want to see. Because I would love to see it. Like I know football, but to pretend like I know as much football as Tom Brady would be ridiculous. I would love to see him break some shit down. That would be amazing.
And I mean, it was his first game doing it, so I'm sure
that's true. I mean,
he will get much better.
Yeah.
But
yeah. And to be as great as he was, you have to have a lot of preparation. I'm sure he's gonna take this shit seriously because he got $300 million.
Almost
375 over 10 years.
But he made more doing that than he did in the league, huh?
I think it was close.
Yeah, bro. I don't think it was. 10 years. Like if you look at his contracts for 10 years, like maybe early on, later on they started handing
over his 23-year NFL career, Brady earned $332.9 million.
Yeah, so if you break it down like this,
year by year,
there was no 10-year increment where he was getting that.
Yeah. So he's gonna make more doing the announcing in a shorter period, in a half the time.
Oh, keeping it football, I wanted to get all y'all's opinion on this one. So Taylor Swift's getting a little backlash.
Yeah.
So tell me if I got this right. All right, because I don't know. She was caught celebrating at a tennis match with Patrick Mahomes' wife, who is a Trump supporter.
Yes.
Okay, so I got that correct.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there.
Yes.
But I wanted to get y'all's thoughts on that because I thought it was like, like I said, I'm as left as it gets, and I'm like, you like, let me get y'all's thoughts on it before I sound off.
I just think it's like you can be friends with people and have different opinions.
Yeah.
So I just think it's like yeah, you and Big T, you know what I mean?
Yeah, or
like you guys hang out.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that big a deal.
I think people I just saw a tweet where it was like, I think people can be mad at it, and I think people can also not care. And I think people need to go outside more often. And if this is truly like what's keeping you up at night and making you lose sleep, I think you maybe need to chill out and touch grass. And yeah, I don't think that I don't know. I think it's a little bit overblown. I get what people are saying. Like I understand.
What are people saying? Because I just saw like, I can't believe she's doing it, and I just kept scrolling. I didn't really get into the lore of what's going on. Like, what is the actual critique?
So the whole thing is that they think that Taylor Swift should basically like ban Brittnay Mahomes from her presence because Brittnay Mahomes liked a comment saying that she's a Trump supporter, and then Trump tweeted, Truth Socialed about being like, Brittnay Mahomes, what a good American. Thank you for, which is such like a calculated, like, you are such a good American for liking an Instagram comment saying like Trump 2024. And then Taylor had a box yesterday at the US Open with like Travis, Patrick Mahomes, Brittnay Mahomes, like a ton of her friends, a girl I went to grade school with, funnily enough. And Brittnay Mahomes was there, and there was a picture of them like hugging, and everyone's like, I can't believe that Taylor agrees with, like, basically being like, she agrees with Brittnay because she was seen hugging Brittnay, because at the Thursday night football game, they were in different boxes. So people were like, see, I knew Taylor wasn't going to be friends with that Trump supporter anymore. Like, so then they thought that Brittnay and Taylor weren't friends anymore. People are going to feel how they're going to feel. And people are like, you know, upset that Taylor was seen publicly with someone who supports Donald Trump. That's the crux of it. And you can take that however you want to take that. I think people do need to recognize that maybe you should touch grass. Again, I'm not saying that I like necessarily love what Brittnay Mahomes was yapping about, but I think we need to maybe.
The thing that killed me is like I don't think people, because like I said, I'm as left as it gets though, and so I don't support anything Trump does. But like, if we get into the world where every single person that disagrees with like you politically, if we get into the world of like we beefing, yeah. I don't even think people are with that shit. Like you're not even that violent. You know what I'm saying? Like you huffing, like you bullshitting. You don't want to get into the world where like it's real beef because you disagree. Like you disagree. It is what it is. Like what are you gonna do, bro?
I see people were commenting being like, I hug my mom and my mom's a Republican and I live with my mom and just from hugging her, Republican has not rubbed off on me. Like, right. And I still love my mom or whatever it is. And yeah, I think it's also one of those like chronically online takes where it's people lose sight of like real life in the whole process. And like, sometimes you hang out with people and you don't agree with everything that they say, like you guys, or whatever. Like I don't know. I wish more people could just be like us.
I think there are.
I wish people could just be normal.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
No, I just kind of gave up on humanity in general, but I think there are people who genuinely are bad people, like who are genuinely like
Yes.
trying
Totally.
to cause harm to people.
Deshaun Watson.
Yes.
Exactly.
Hey, Eric
We'll
had
get to that.
a fucking banger tweet.
Who,
was it
me?
today? No, Eric.
Oh,
He said, is Deshaun
Oh,
Watson a better football player?
human or
He's a
football
human?
player?
He's like that's a great tweet. But I think there are pieces of shit people, dog. But I think like the majority of like political disagreements are like what I found is people want to save the world, and we just have very different ways of looking at it. And I think the way that you want to save the world is going to harm people, and you think the way that I'm going to save the world is going to harm people, and that puts us at an impasse. It'll be a forever impasse. But if you look at it more like, hey, we're both trying to save the world, like, let's just take it down a couple notches.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a lot more peaceful. But again, leadership comes from the top down. So as soon as this cycle of politicians go away, like people our age start getting in there, like I really feel I do have a little bit more hope that people will be like, all right, man, cut with the name calling back and forth. Because these old motherfuckers, we gotta get these niggas out of here, man.
Have you seen the thing where it's like, you know, Trump says this, or like it's like on Twitter, you know, Trump is a cancer to society, Kamala is about to, you know, ruin this country, and then it's like real life and it's like, hey, how are you? It's like I think people get like I'm having day-to-day normal conversations, and like then you go online and it's just so everyone's just yelling as loud as they can into this void. And I think sometimes you need to remember, like, we're just here having like everyone's just here and we're all just doing the best we can. And Taylor Swift hugging Brittnay Mahomes at the end of the day isn't really gonna, unfortunately, do much in the great scheme of things.
Insane.
It's so insane.
Like,
Yeah.
if I saw a tweet from a girl that was like, just so all the other Swifties are aware, I was sitting across from their box and she didn't interact with Brittnay as much as you maybe would have thought.
Right.
So
I saw
actually
that.
it might be okay. Like, you people,
who cares?
please seek employment. Like, it is,
Yeah, get a job.
it's so crazy. And like, and if you were actually like, for, you know, as much of a leftist as you say you are, you'd care about her flying her private jet all over the world to go do the shows that you want to go to instead of this nonsense. It's so crazy. And this, by the way, wasn't the first time they did it. They were doing it on Thursday when they're like, thank you, Taylor, for
she's
being in
not
a
with
different
her.
box than
Yeah,
Brittnay
exactly.
Mahomes. You are the
Crazy.
queen. You are such a, like, it's
so back and
so
forth.
insane.
Yeah.
It's like they've never heard of people being friends with like
Other people.
Yes, it's like
Right.
insane.
Like,
Yeah.
you are letting your life be affected by a woman who wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire, being friends with another woman who doesn't know who you are, and them like going to a tennis match together. Like, that's so insane.
And
That
then
would
I
be
saw-
wild. Like, say you are on fire and
Yeah.
and somebody pees on you. Is that disrespectful?
Now that you put it that way, it might be, because like how much good is that really gonna do?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I was really thinking about that. I don't think I ever gave it any thought. Like, I'm sitting here burning and you gonna piss on me, dog? That's crazy.
Yeah, kind of. It's just the expression, though.
I wonder how that started though. Like, how did that expression start? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I
Well-
see where it's going.
Yeah, I understand the sentiment, but still, I think it's disrespectful either way.
Yeah.
Non-consensual urination, disrespectful.
Yeah.
We could all agree on that.
Yep. That's true. That would kind of suck so bad if someone just peed on me.
But we don't kink shame on this podcast.
Unless
No,
you got bit
unconsensually.
by a jellyfish.
Yeah, but unconsensually,
Then
if
I'll
someone
allow it.
like if someone pissed on you, like I'm sure this happens in the subway a lot. Like if someone just like peed on you, that's a really tough one to get past, I feel.
Damn.
Like you know what I mean?
Don't never let a man piss on your legs, son. You either
Is that
die
a
right
thing?
there, pop that man in the head, son. That's
That's
what
a thing.
that's what Kendrick told Drake on Meet the Grams.
Oh.
Because Drake got
Yeah.
peed on.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
And you know
Yeah.
that?
No, you Google it. Drake got peed on by one of T.I. homeboys. And it was, I don't know if it was on accident. I think
For
it was
what? I was gonna say for like what reason?
I think he was just like maybe drunk or something like that, and he like peed in the movie theater or something like that. He peed on Drake.
Yeah, see, like that sounds really, really awful.
I don't know if I could have I'm 40 now, maybe I'm getting almost 40, but like maybe I could contain myself now, but I'll be really mad. But like as a 20-some-year-old, if you do that to me, it's we're fighting, and somebody gonna pull me off you.
You feel you've reached an age where people can piss on you without retaliation?
Well, no, that's not what I'm saying. I will be upset, but now I got 5 kids, dog. If I beat the shit out of this man, there's a possibility I go to jail. There's a possibility I get sued. I'll have to pay lawyers to go to courts. That's hundreds of thousands of dollars. All that's going on in my head anytime I have an altercation now.
I think if somebody pees on you, you have almost carte blanche to beat the shit out of them.
It could be, I guess. But again, you would have to prove it in.
Although, well, depends where you are. If you get peed on in the New York subway and you touch them, you're going to prison.
But if just in general, I think I'm a lot more. I think before I act a lot more, and I'm not a perfect man. You know what I'm saying? So run up on me if you want, but I'll think about it.
I think you just gave people like
Yeah, I don't know if you want that in the podcast.
you just told them they can piss on you and like nothing
okay,
will probably
They
happen.
shouldn't be worried.
I said I was gonna think about it. I didn't say
You
I
were
was saying,
safe.
yeah, I was saying like because I think if somebody spits on you, that is assault.
Sure.
I think that's assault. So I mean, I'm not sure how peeing isn't either.
I would assume it is.
So I may have a loophole there to my
Depends on the
zenness.
strength of the stream.
Nah,
A few drops and Arian's not going to do anything.
It's
on accident. Like, how do you accidentally pee on somebody? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
My
apparently
bad,
it's,
dog. Ain't see you.
Yeah, apparently it's felonious assault.
See? Boom. We're good then. You piss on me, I'm gonna beat your ass.
There you go. Don't piss.
Should go without saying, but now I got the law behind me.
Don't piss on people unless there's a jellyfish involved.
Yeah, but the jellyfish thing kind of takes the unconsensual thing out of it.
Is that
at
real?
That
Let's
point,
debunk that live. Is that a real thing?
I think so.
I think it is.
If you get bit by a jellyfish, why does pee?
I honestly have never looked further into it. I just believe it every time someone
let's
says.
debunk this live. Let's fact.
Yeah, it's fake.
Cleveland Clinic says peeing on a jellyfish sting is not something you should ever do. In fact, urine can actually make matters worse by increasing your level of pain. It can also provoke jellyfish stingers to release even more venom than if you were to rinse the sting with good old seawater. Don't piss on anyone.
That's crazy. Where did that start? How do these things start, bro?
I don't know.
I don't know. I've believed it for that long. I've never looked further.
Everybody
I've never looked further into it because who would lie about it?
Well, also crazy that it's like not only is it just kind of like a net neutral, like it's not helping, it's actually gonna release more venom into your skin. Like it
will make it worse.
It will make it worse.
That's crazy. It does the opposite of what. So who suggested this first? Let me see. Where did this come from, bro?
I feel like it was probably like in a movie or something.
Yeah, but like, who's coming up with that? What sick freak is coming up with that?
I don't know.
If it's a
It just
movie,
says-
I'm cool with it. But
It just said it's thought to be an old wives' tale and became even more popular after a Friends episode.
I was literally just gonna say it happens in a Friends episode.
I remember that
They're,
Joey.
like at the beach, yeah.
Yeah.
Joey, good old Joey. Hey, rest in peace to Chandler, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chandler died, man. Was it fentanyl?
Ketamine.
What is ketamine? Was that special
Horse
K?
tranquilizer.
Tranquilizer?
Horse
Horse
tranquilizer.
tranquilizer.
Is that what they call special K?
I think so.
I'm not gonna say
Not
yes
that
or
I
no, I'm not
know.
sure.
That's a wild drug, though.
I feel like I've heard it on a podcast.
Like you probably down bad. Like that was not funny, but you probably down bad. Like if like you digging into like the shit you about to get in, and you be like, yo, where can I get a horse tranquilizer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, a lot
fucked
of
up.
people do ketamine.
That's
Also,
crazy.
it's a form of therapy. People use it as.
What is it? It must be. Is it a depressant or a stimulant?
It's an anesthetic.
Oh, that shit probably fire then.
It's an NMDA receptor antagonist, which accounts for most of its psychoactive effects.
Yeah, that shit probably feels amazing. Well,
But
don't do that though.
No.
but people use ketamine therapy to treat depression, anxiety, PTSD, chronic pain, drug, alcohol problems, and more.
Yep. Stay away from horse tranquilizer, cousins.
It's a dissociative anesthetic.
Do not recommend. Y'all want to get into some voicemails before we get out of here? Real quick, youngins, I have an alert on my Instagram that says I have a DM, but when I open my DM, there ain't no DM.
It's in your requests, probably.
Did we need to do that right now?
I'm just saying. I mean, maybe somebody else has that problem.
Oh, you needed a y'all tell me this?
Yeah.
Y'all tell me this, man.
He needed to let you guys know that people are DMing him.
It's probably in your requests.
Yeah.
And it's so funny though. Hey, the fans of this show are so funny though. I get so many like horny old women getting thrown at me, but not from them. Just like
from
people who listen to the show, like, yo, check this one out, dog. Like, it's so funny.
That's
dog.
hysterical.
Man,
I love that for you.
It's hilarious. Yeah, I ain't mad at it.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah, man.
While the Cars.com parking spot is so helpful not having to battle for a spot, the Cars.com Your Garage feature is probably even better. I love how I can track my car's value and see how much it'll be worth in 2 months. I've been thinking about getting something different, and knowing my car's value is beyond helpful in making that decision. Since Kate has the Cars.com parking spot this week, she'll have plenty of extra time to create an account with Cars.com and track her car's value. Kate got the most prized parking spot at Barstool, but you can all grab some very valuable insights into your car's value with the Cars.com Your Garage feature. The Barstool employee parking garage is frustrating, but Cars.com's feature Your Garage is anything but. Track your car's value so you can know exactly what to expect when you're ready to sell. Track your car's value on Cars.com.
Yeah, let's hit some voicemails, man.
Okay.
Nothing but love for the pod. This is Luke from Rapid City, South Dakota. Got a couple questions for you guys. So, for everybody on the pod right now, did you ever think that you would be working with one of the best running backs of all time, Arian Foster, in your lifetime? And how does that impact you today? And I think it's nothing but mad respect for my boy, Arian. Love your perspective. Always love listening. Second question would be, if you could go back to any point in your life, what would you do? How would you relive it? And also, how would you appreciate the moment so much more? And then to go back to this week or last week, depending on when you get this question in, Arian, Tom Hanks, that robot movie, great. Dude, I've seen nothing but clips from it. Haven't watched it all the way through, but also every part of it I've ever watched, I've enjoyed. So stay handsome, stay beautiful. Mad Dog, you're the shit. Stay up, Queen. Have a good day. Have a wonderful night. Have a good night. Bye.
That guy had a lot to
Did
say.
you pay this guy?
Yeah, I did. I did. I actually didn't.
He's not
No,
wrong.
I was talking to Arian.
Oh, hey, brother. Don't hate. Don't hate, man.
No,
I thought it was nice.
Don't be hating, Big
Getting
T.
us back into football, big fall for football. I thought it'd be nice to talk about how great Arian was for a 2nd.
It's okay. That's okay. Give me some flowers, Big T. Go ahead.
you were very good for several seasons.
Thank you, Big T.
Several.
Appreciate
That's more than a couple.
Yeah, it's like 4 or 5, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, average career is 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's really good.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it.
Actually, somebody was, I was watching the Ravens Chiefs game, and someone said, who was better, Arian or Derrick Henry? And the answer is Derrick Henry,
No, it's
because
not.
he's much better longevity. Like, he's done it for so long.
Oh,
but-
that's a separate question.
But I said each at their peak, that's actually a really good question.
I'm taking me all day.
Okay.
There's nothing he could do that I couldn't do, but he didn't have my skill set. This is all respect. It's all respect, but he didn't have my skill set. My route running in my hands, didn't have it.
I
And
think
I'm,
you're But
Huh?
I thought it was good because I think you're both like fairly similar styles. And like
taller.
bigger, yeah.
I was a little quicker than his.
So like your best season was 1,600 yards, 16 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
His best season is 1,540. Or no.
No, he had a
2017 touchdowns. Yeah, the year after that.
Yeah.
And then he has two other 1,500 yard seasons. And you had a 16, 14, and two 12s.
Yeah.
But like he's just done it every year for 7-8 years.
Yeah, he's a great running back. Hall of Famer, in my opinion.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And he has 91 touchdowns. You had 54. But each at the top of their game, I thought that was a very good a good debate.
Yeah, I mean, there's not. I mean, honestly, this is just me being an ex-athlete. I feel like at my peak, there just wasn't that many that could compete with me when I was on the top of my game. I could just do too much. I don't feel like the offense I was in really utilized all my skill set. So I feel like I got buried in that offense.
What offense do you wish you could have played in?
Any offense that utilized the back out of the backfield more. And I mean, I used to tell my coach, like I was like, Doug, we used to get in 5 wides and I would come off the field. And then you got our second tight end in there. And like, no disrespect to our second tight end, but like, I used to ask him, I was like, Doug, does he run better routes than me? He's like, oh, no. I was like, does he have better hands than me? No. I was like, in the open field, is he better than me? No. Like, why is he on the field? Why am I not on the field? But again, especially back then, they're a lot more susceptible to stuff like that in this era, because they're starting to realize, and this is why, if you've noticed, linebackers have gotten smaller. Like from my era and the era before, linebackers have gotten smaller because they're using backs out of the backfield now, and they can't guard them.
Yeah.
And so I was aware of that. I was like, dog, there's not a linebacker in this league that can cover me one-on-one. There ain't a safety in this league that can cover me one-on-one. And I felt that. Strong safety. But that wasn't his offense. Koob ran a very strict, a tight ship. What worked, and they didn't really do a lot to step outside of that. And so, and I felt like that always hindered me. But hey, man, life goes on.
But yeah, solid player, Arian Foster. People have been saying.
I agree.
I agree as well.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
And then, what is a moment of time you could go back on and change or reflect on better?
Oh, that's easy. The moment I have that seed, that thought planted in me that I wanted children, I'd go back to that moment and slap the shit out of me. Oh, yeah. Just beat my ass. And say,
Not even one?
No, I want to have kids, but said, bro, don't you even think about having a kid until you're 34. Don't you fuck out, beat the out. Every time I get up, I hit me one more time. Every single time. Love my babies. They're here. Love them. Love them to death. They're my babies. I need all my babies. I love them. But if I could go back, I'd have made my life a little bit more easy, man.
That's funny.
It's a hell of an answer to follow. I don't know. I've been trying to think.
Yeah, you're a pretty whelmed guy, man.
I don't make many decisions that I regret. I feel like
it doesn't have to be something you regret. It's just what's one that you would like.
That's where me and you.
I feel like for the most part,
I got a bunch of those.
I mean, yeah,
It would be something I regret.
There are certainly some, but like I feel like for the most part, I do what I want to do.
Ooh, that's beautiful. That's freedom, Big T.
Yeah.
When you have a kid, that shit is gone.
Yeah.
Would you handle the high noon incident differently?
No, I think I played that perfectly.
Yeah, I do too.
I was calm in the face of pressure.
That's great. You were. Yeah, you better than me.
See, everybody says that. Like, what was I supposed to do? Start fighting him and then I get fired?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that would have turned out poorly for me financially.
But you don't understand, bro.
Yeah,
People are emotional. Like dudes are emotional. Like I saw this tweet the other day that that got ratioed to shit. He was saying like men are logical, women are emotional, and then above it it was just a graph of all of the murders that are committed. Like above 90% of them are by men. But yeah, dudes is emotional, bro. It's like
Men like pretend they're not emotional, and then when they have to be, it all comes out at once, and they're like,
well, what
"Oh
it is,
shit, what do I do with this?"
I don't think they're emotional. I think they don't know how to deal with their emotions, and so when they feel them, they don't know what to do, and so they act out rather than like women. I think when emotions come, that they understand them and they deal with them in the moment, whereas men, we like to bury shit until it comes up and in the most unopportune times, and it's usually the worst moment possible, and you don't know how to deal with it, and you just lash out.
Yeah.
I think so.
Do y'all have one?
I don't know. I was trying to think of like something I'd want to relive.
I say that I want to go back to college and relive it, but I really don't. Like, I really think I'm happy.
I would go back to college if I was college age. Like, if I'd go back to that time.
I'd love to go do one more month.
Yes. Me and my friends always used to say college should be 5 years. Like, one more year.
I got kind of fucked a little bit because COVID happened in the end of my junior year. I do wish I had, like, the end of my junior year COVID free. Like, and not have to deal with that bullshit. That was a little kind of sucky. But again, it's like, that's the experience I was dealt and whatever. I think I would go back to the start of this show for me, like when I started working on it, and like calm down a little bit. I was so nervous all the time. And I feel like that took the fun out of it. And not that I wasn't having fun, but I was just so terrified of you guys. And I'm like, it's all okay.
What?
I mean,
I couldn't tell, bro.
Oh, well, thank you. But also you didn't see me in person for the first 5 or 6 months I was on that show. I was like hands sweaty, like mom spaghetti, like all the time. I was so nervous.
What are you nervous for, bro?
I mean, did you hear that guy's voicemail? You're one of the best running backs of all time. Well, you guys are famous.
That's correct. And you should be right to respect that about me.
So stupid.
All of you, collectively.
All of you guys are super famous.
Yes.
I have 3 A-list celebrities.
Many have been saying this. That's correct.
Yeah. But I was just, and I listened to you guys before I started. I was just so nervous all the time. And I think it led me to be so out of it for a little bit. And I wish I was just more excited that I got to do it rather than don't fuck up, don't fuck up, don't fuck up.
I'll feel that.
But I think it all worked out for the best. Whatever.
Man, you good buddy, man.
Now I'm too chill sometimes. I say things I shouldn't.
Nah, you be chilling, man. It's all good. You got the next voicemail?
Yeah. You got anything, Mackenzie?
Oh, I think she did. I thought
More
she did.
college.
Yeah. I was thinking about my grandparents this weekend for some reason because we were watching Notre Dame.
Oh.
And my grandpa was the reason I'm a Notre Dame fan. So I think I would go hang out with them if I could.
That's sweet.
Go back. Because I feel like when you're young.
I got trampled this year.
Yeah, they.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean,
sorry, I didn't bring that shit up in the middle.
Mackenzie and I were not good.
I was hey, yo. But hey, they have
it's
a really
just
good
so
running
classic.
back.
It's so classic of them. It's not even it really, that's just what they do every year. They lose to teams like that. And then they beat Texas A&M and everyone's like, yeah.
Marcus Freeman seems like an outstanding person and a really cool dude. It may be time to.
How long has he been there?
This is his third year.
Mm-hmm.
At which point you should not be losing to Northern Illinois at home.
Yeah, I was gonna say let him get a recruiting class in, but nah, I think it's already.
And he
there.
said he said in his post game, he said, we've been here before, because they lost to Marshall, I believe, his first year, and everybody was like, yeah, that's kind of the issue. Is it we've been
it's
here
we
before.
shouldn't be here anymore.
Yeah.
Not me. I'm not on the
I had
team
them
yet.
going 12-0. They're clearly they're not going 12-0. I don't know that they're going 10-2. USC is better than them.
But I will say this though, and Northern Illinois played a really good game, and they have a really good running back, dog. He was making really good plays. I really like his game. I think he may be able to play in the next level.
They're playing.
I saw one game, but he was really solid, dog.
They're playing NC State this week, who does not look unbeatable.
Okay, Northern Illinois.
And I think they're getting 20.
We played them my senior year. Yeah.
I think they're getting 21 points in Raleigh. I'm intrigued by that.
They're getting 21 points?
Yeah, NC State's a 21-point favorite.
Oh, I was like, that's crazy.
Getting, not giving.
Got you. Yeah. Well, shout out to them. Shout out to Notre Dame, man.
Yeah. Well, next voicemail.
How's it going? Macro. So I got a problem. I'm in college, and on Saturday I went out to the bar and ended up taking this girl back to my house off campus, and I got a new box spring for my mattress, and when we started to go on the mattress, the box spring it's like the creakiest, loudest box spring that's ever been created. Or not box spring, bed frame. And it was so bad that I had to stop in the middle of the act, and I took apart the bed frame and then put the mattress on the floor. And I don't know what to do now, because it's simply too loud, and I'm in college. I don't want to just like go to Walmart, drop $100 on a bed frame. It seems like a waste of money. That's like 4 30-packs of beer. So I don't know. I think I might be slumming it with mattress on the floor, but like people are gonna be looking at me weird.
No, like
Thoughts?
I hate men.
Also, for a bit more context, this is the man who called a couple weeks ago and also lives with 12 men in his college house.
This guy's electric. I like this guy.
No, I literally hate men.
This kid needs to just call in every single time he has an issue, and we just become like his pseudo-therapists.
I'm okay with this. All right.
Do not sleep with your bed on the
You
floor.
can literally
It's
get
fine.
an Amazon basic like a bed frame on Amazon for like maybe $50.
Do not
get one.
expect to bring women back to your house, hook up with them on your bedroom floor, and then never see them again.
Whoa. He had a mattress on the floor.
Well, yeah. No, that's what I'm saying.
All right.
Oh,
all right,
just
all right.
going on like in a sleeping bag?
Hey, listen. Like, college is a different time. College is supposed to be everybody's struggling, and you gotta make happen what you gotta make happen.
But I bet the girl has a bed frame.
Of course, girls are way more clean than men, and they care about. They're meticulous about their living space, but men are not as such. If you care about the women that you're bringing back, I would invest in the bed frame, brother. But if you don't, and they just some one-nighters, fuck it.
That's a fair point.
That's yeah, I did say if you ever want to hear from them again.
Yeah, like I mean, like I doubt you're gonna bring that. Listen, I'm not judging because listen, I've been promiscuous in my day. But if you meet somebody out and you meet them that night and you bring them back, odds are they ain't gonna be wife. You know what I'm saying? This is a high probability, right?
Mm-hmm.
So who cares? If she's cool with it, it's all good. But if you actually want to treat a nice young lady, you know, then you might want to care about the space that you keep.
Mm-hmm.
Also for yourself.
Yeah, like you don't want to sleep on the floor. Like
You don't want to
I had a floor mattress the entire time throughout my college experience.
What,
Really?
Arian?
Yeah, when I was
Arian,
in
you were
apartment,
getting paid
hold
under
on,
the
hold on.
table.
I had a king bed, and so I had a box spring, and then the mattress on top. It was amazing.
You have no excuse. You were making money.
I mean, I didn't grow up with it, so it never dawned on me to buy a box or like a bed frame. I didn't have a bed frame growing up, so it wasn't like I need a bed frame. Mattresses go on the floor. This is how.
Also, as long as you got a box spring, bed
there
frame
has
is
to be
overrated.
something. Yes, there has to be like an elevated part of it.
Yeah, it's
but
the box spring on the bottom.
Yes,
one
but
of them,
don't put
yeah.
it directly on the floor. That's
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that
A
matters.
mattress
Yeah.
straight on the floor, that's just trap
No.
vibes.
That's insane.
Yes.
That's trap vibes, brother. But like again, if Shorty cool with that, then it is like who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like it's comfortable. Who cares?
Honestly, I've never done that. I kind of wish one year in college I went mattress on the floor just to say I did it.
Slumming, dog.
I guess if you're in college, it's like the time to do it. You might as well.
I guess.
There has to be something underneath it, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What's that dude name?
I don't know.
What's his name? I forget your name, brother. But hey, anytime you got a problem, man, call on back.
Yeah.
I
I would
like
like to. I'd like to watch him grow.
Yeah, he could be our, our pseudo son, our macrodosing son.
Yeah, I'd
And right
like
now
to watch
he's in
him.
college experiencing.
Yeah, he calls us when he gets his first internship.
That would actually be really, keep tabs on this guy.
It's like,
I
what's
like
the
it.
KFC kid, the 15-year-old Steve kid?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, call us when you get an internship. Call us when you get your first job.
Call us
get
when
a
you graduate.
girlfriend.
Call
Yeah,
call us when she
Yeah.
cheats on you or you cheat on her. You know what I'm saying? Call us.
Right.
Let us know, man. You're gonna be our son.
Yeah.
Our
This
macro
guy's our
son.
version of the Boyhood movie.
yes, where we're like filming it over 20
Yeah.
years. Yeah, I like that. Wait, let me start it again and see if I can hear his name real quick. We can
Yeah,
cut this
yeah.
part.
Let's-
Don't say it's
yeah,
bad.
we need our son's name, or should we just
How's it
name
going?
him? He's our son.
Macro. So I got a problem.
He doesn't even say it.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
he
saying.
doesn't
He's
say
definitely our son.
You know what? I like it better that way.
That's what I'm saying.
I like
I
the
was gonna say, I feel like
mystery.
I'd remember it.
So hold on. So that means we get to name him. We have to collectively come up with a name for our guy.
Oh, should we name him? Okay.
We gotta name him now.
Okay.
It gotta be
Okay.
something cool. We can't go with like John or Jake. You know, it's gotta be something
Do you have any ideas?
almost like nickname-ish. You know what I'm saying? Think nickname-ish. I gotta Google nicknames. They usually happen organically.
Something about his mattress being on the floor.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then I remember his other one was like, how do I deal with living with 12 men?
Okay, so he lives in a house.
With
Yeah,
12
I wonder
boys
how
in
that's
college.
going too.
Definitely.
Well, I think
frat-
he said he left 2 voicemails about the same issue, and the other voicemail said he was nervous because he's like, it's the bed frame is broken and it's so creaky and loud, I can't do anything on it because my 12 roommates will hear me. Cheaper by the dozen, ass.
Literally.
It is our
With
son.
no parental
We don't talk
supervision.
bad to our
That's
son.
true. Sorry, I'm being mean to you. I don't.
It's okay.
This isn't
It's
your-
Faye,
this isn't
family
your
feud.
problem.
I mean, we got to just call him Matt, right?
Like mattress.
Yeah.
For the
That's
mattress.
Short for
fair.
mattress.
Matt.
Matt, short for
Okay.
mattress.
I'm okay with that.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay
like
with that.
Matt.
Matt. Little Matt. Okay. All right,
Okay.
Matt. Matt, let us know how you're doing.
Matt, DM us or me or someone.
Yeah.
Is he a senior? We need him to be a senior.
He's
I
at
think
least
he
a junior
is.
because he's probably living off. Like if he's living off campus, he's probably like either a junior or senior. In my brain, he gives junior because I feel like you live in like the worst house ever junior year, and then live through that, live with a dozen men, and then you're like maybe take half a step up in your senior year, live in an apartment with like 6 dudes or something.
Love it. All right, Matt. Let us know how.
Yeah.
Keep us
Tap
keep
in.
us up. Yeah, keep us at tap in. Keep us up on what's going on in your life, man. All right,
Give
bro.
us like weekly up. How'd you do on your first accounting exam? Like
Yeah.
keep us up to date.
We'll
Okay.
just check in on Matt every nano. We'll just check in
Right.
on Matt, man.
Okay, we have one more voicemail.
Hey, this is Matt from Wisconsin.
No way.
I'm after listening to
That's so good.
What happened? What?
first
This guy's name is Matt.
Oh wow.
off, love you guys. Listen to damn near every episode in the last 6 months. Arian got me into watching old school NFL games and highlights. Arian was probably like a top 3 or 4 like first cut back in NFL history. I'd vote him into the Hall of Fame. Longevity's a little overrated. But my question is, do you think the Tennessee Miracle was a forward pass? Because in my opinion, it 100% was. I feel like I'm in the minority on that one, but dude totally passed it a yard behind where, who was it, Tyson, I think, whatever, dude who caught it. He was totally a yard in front of him. But if I can ask you one more, what is your favorite play ever in NFL history? Mine is Keenum to Diggs, the real miracle play. as a Vikings fan, I've never been more excited. But also as a Vikings fan, I always end up being let down. Love you guys. You're all handsome and beautiful, especially Mad Dog. Thank you.
I swear to God, I didn't mean that.
All right, two things. New rule.
Oh my God.
That was a crazy end. New rule. Nobody's allowed to suck off Arian when you call in for a voicemail. Just get to the question.
Damn. I disagree with this rule.
We've gotten it for 3 years. People, you listen. Tweet him. Tweet Arian. Tweet if you appreciate Arian's time in the NFL. Please tweet him. I hope he gets all the praise that he desires. Not on the voicemails.
Listen to my good macro kingdom. My macrodosians out there. If you want to give me your flowers, if you want to give me flowers, you give me them flowers. Don't listen to Big T. And give him some flowers. Maybe that make him feel better. You know what I'm saying? Make him feel better.
No, I just want the voicemails to be quicker. I don't want anybody getting anything.
I need my flowers. Give me my flowers. I will take my flowers and I will lay them upon my bed every night. I appreciate y'all. Proceed.
I'm watching the Music City Miracle right now, and Frank Wycheck releases the ball from the 25, and it lands right at the 25. But Kevin Dyson's foot is in front of the 25, which makes it look like it's forward, but it's not.
I don't know, man. I kind of think is the rule laterally is good. Or
yes,
does it have to be behind?
It can
be directly.
I believe it can be parallel.
Okay, if it can be parallel, I'm okay with saying it's good. But if it can't be parallel, it has to be behind. Then it's 4 pass.
Also, it was awesome. So I don't really care. I hate.
It was a good time.
Nico had a 60-yard touchdown pass the other day that got called back for a penalty, the illegal man downfield that wasn't even correct. And that shit just pisses me off. Just even if it was, which it wasn't, if it's a cool play and it's a penalty that doesn't affect the play, let it go.
Yeah, I swear blocking behind it, if somebody way down the field or somebody clips somebody or somebody hits somebody back, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Cares, bro. I'm with you on that one. My favorite NFL play of all time. That's tough. I don't have any allegiance to any team. I was a Raider fan growing up, but that dissipates when you play. So I think back to some of the plays that inspired me when I was younger, and I don't think I could just do one, but there's a lot of them. I'll get 2 or 3. I think it was Thanksgiving Day when Randy Moss took a little hitch route, 70 or something like that. And he just had a monster day. He 3 catches for 163 yards or something like that and 3 touchdowns. It was one of the best days ever. That was one. And then there was another one when really any Barry Sanders clip, but one in particular, he was playing the Patriots and he was winding it up the sideline on the right. And he cut behind the dude reversed and he cut behind him again. And he just turned this dude around twice. Unreal. That was one of the more surreal moments in my life, was meeting Barry Sanders. I didn't even express to him how much of a fan I was of him. He inspired me as a kid. You wouldn't. I cried when he retired when I was young. I was 12. I cried. He meant everything to me. But that one, and then maybe all of them involve running backs. Eric Dickerson. I don't know, man. But now the magic is back. I felt the magic. Thinking back then. If I can see them play again, I think the magic will be back. The magic will be back. But I don't know, seeing these young cats don't do it for me, man.
I'm not obviously as big into the NFL, and the Falcons don't have a ton of lore per se, but I remember the 2012 playoffs. The Falcons were playing the Seahawks, and Richard Sherman and Roddy White talked shit the whole week, back and forth. And Roddy White caught a 50 or 60 yard touchdown pass, and it was an incredible throw, and he catches it, and Sherman was covering him, and he gets up and runs over to Richard Sherman and tells him come here, and gets in his face, and I was so hyped. I guess I would have been, what, 15? Like, that got me fired up.
Yeah, he was one of the more underrated receivers, I thought, when we was playing. Roddy White.
Roddy White was really good.
He's so consistent, but just never got, like, I thought, like, the notoriety that he deserved. He was so solid.
Because he was playing with Julio for a lot.
But even before that.
Yeah, he was awesome. He's in the Falcons, like, Ring of Honor, I think, now.
I have a commercial with Julio Jones.
Really?
Yeah. I think it was for Foot Action.
What is that?
Yeah. It's like a store.
Foot Action?
It's like Foot Locker.
It's not Foot Locker though?
No, it's not Foot Locker. It's like Foot
Action.
I think it was Foot Action, if my memory serves me correct.
Yeah. Chain retailer stocking brand name athletic and streetwear inspired shoes.
Yeah, and so me and him was both with Under Armour, and we did a commercial. What's it called? Like Not Famous Andy. So shit like that.
Oh, it's for Foot Locker.
Foot Locker. Damn.
It is Foot Locker.
Yeah.
Wait, Mackenzie found it.
Yeah. No, I remember this commercial.
You do?
Yeah.
That's funny.
That is very funny.
Because obviously I was a huge Julio Jones guy at the time.
He's like, who the fuck is this prick doing a commercial with?
No, I know. You know who? Did you see what Roddy White got in trouble for like last week? People were getting on him.
Nah, wait.
So Georgia was beating the shit out of Clemson, and he tweeted like, "Clemson can't win this game. They've got too many white guys on the field," and people got on him. And then he tweeted like, "I'm sorry if I offended anybody. It wasn't a racial thing."
Wait, I mean, come on, man.
Listen, here's what he tweeted. He said, "Clemson got way too many white dudes on the field on offense. This ain't them. You mean to tell me you only got one black dude out there making plays? That's a recruiting problem." And then he said,
Dabo ain't getting it done.
He said the next day, "I'm getting a lot of blowback to the too many white players comment. I apologize if someone thought I was being racist, which everyone around me knows I'm not. I looked out there and 10 of the 11 players were white. I can't recall ever seeing a Clemson team like that."
All right, Big T. You see opening week, you turn on your TV.
Oh, if UT ever went out there with 10 of 11 white guys on offense, we would have a problem.
I'm saying, that's just what it is. You know what
that is a recruiting issue. You could, so let me think. The max 5, 6. The max should be
offense
7.
Is different though. Okay.
You could have 5 linemen, quarterback, and 1 slot receiver, and that's it. It should never be more than 7.
That is funny though, dog. That is hilarious.
That is very funny.
I don't know how you get mad at that. As a sports fan, how do you get mad at that?
Yeah, I wouldn't have been mad at it. Did you see? Do you have a preferred race of offensive linemen that you were running behind? That's been a big discussion online recently.
Oh, has it?
That is tough. All right. So in my experience, black offensive linemen are really athletic. Like my dude in college, Anthony Parker, he had some of the best feet I've ever seen. I would put his feet up against an NFL corner's feet as far as like doing ladder drills. It was unreal. I never saw no shit like that. And he could swim faster than anybody on the team. Fastest swimmer on the team, like 300 pounds. White dudes are like crazy. Like the white linemen are crazy.
That's what you want.
Huh?
That's what you want.
Yeah. But like, so like say like left tackle. You know what I mean? I need him to be a little athletic. Not saying white dude, like Joe Thomas is one of the greatest of all time, but it's like I guess it would just depend on what offense I'm running. What offense am I running?
Let's do both. Let's say you're running a spread in college, and then in the NFL, a more pro style under center.
Pro style under center, and let's say if we run the stretch zones, a lot of stretch zones, I would prefer black linemen. If we run in a lot of downhill where just the guard pulls and kicks out, give me the white dudes that have dip in their mouth during the meetings. And wear hunting gear.
Yeah.
To the game. Yeah.
I saw somebody talking about Colorado's offensive line because I think all 5 of them are black and they're not very good. And they were like, these guys need offensive linemen who are listening to Cody Jinks, not NBA Youngboy or something.
I am mad at it. All right. I did want to say something about this. Like, because I'm a fan of Deion. Like, I love Deion. And his son, his talent, I mean, I think he's talented. I just don't know that. I don't know that he can play the next level. You know, I would have to see it. But like, I just hate when people throw their linemen under the bus, though. Because I played with really bad linemen. I played with really good linemen, and it's a squad, dog. And the one thing, the easiest way to sow division is to start pointing fingers, dog. And it's just like I just feel like I guess I'm just confused because Deion played at such a high level. Like, that should have been conversations you had with him when he was 12, 13. Like, dog, you don't blame nobody on your team. You take the fall, especially if you're the quarterback. Nah, I could have done better. You take the fall. And you can have all those conversations because what he said is not necessarily wrong, right? The other quarterback, I think it was somebody, he's like, how many times he's on the ground? He's basically saying, like, I keep getting hit. You're not wrong, but like, you don't want to have those conversations publicly. You always want to have those conversations in-house. It's like anybody, I could talk shit about any one of my family members all day long. I got all the jokes for you motherfuckers. And I could critique you seriously. But the moment somebody outside the family start critiquing, like, it means it's different. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you don't want to have those conversations outside the house. So I guess I'm just confused, man. But
I'm looking at a mock draft that has him going number 3 overall.
That's wild.
I think he's gonna be first round for sure.
I don't see that. I could be wrong. I've been wrong about people before. You know what I'm saying? Very rare, but I'll be wrong. I don't see him as I see him as maybe like a solid player, maybe in the league. But I don't even see him as a starter. But this is me though. I don't know. I could be wrong. Do you see him as a starter?
I don't know. I wonder. I think he's very talented, but I do wonder, one, obviously how well he translates to the NFL, but 2, NFL teams are not going to be lining up to deal with Deion in addition to, like, NFL teams don't put up with that. And he's saying, like, I'm only going to let him go to one of 4 teams or something. Like, teams don't want to deal with any extra baggage that you have unless you are.
Well, to be fair, they dealt with that with the Mannings.
I don't think Archie Manning was like, well, Eli pulled his whole deal.
Yeah,
but,
that's what I'm saying.
But like, I think this is a different media apparatus.
I'm just saying we've seen it before where players were like, I'm not playing here. We've seen that before.
Sure, and there is a difference between saying, like, I would not like to go to this one team and, like, my son will only play for one of 4 teams or whatever, which I don't even know how you would dictate that.
Yeah, I don't.
Now Travis Hunter, take him as high as you want. He's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's probably the most talented cat in the nation.
But I'm very curious to see what happens with Shedeur. But I mean, it's a weaker quarterback class. Like,
I just don't know, because I'm trying to put myself in his shoes. Like, what's the motive behind that? Like your son, like even Archie. Like, what's the motive behind this? Your son is about to live out his childhood dreams, and you're having him step foot in an arena of men who earn their stripes, and you want him to have a little badge of privilege coming into the league. Like, I went where I went. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a rite of passage. Like a draft is a rite of passage. Like, I don't know. I don't understand the play. Is it business?
I don't know.
I don't understand the play. I'm just very curious. I would love to have a conversation with him. Like what's the play? Because I think it's my son, right? I want the league to do whatever the league does to you because that's how character is built. Like, I want, if you go to a shitty team, man, come up out of that. See what you do. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to have no influence on my son's life. My son got to walk his own path. and it don't got nothing to do with me. Like, I'm just very curious as to why you feel the need to want to control his future, or have you not even control, because that may be too harsh of a word, but like have a hand in his future. Because I don't know, because I got kids, and I don't think I love my kids. I don't know that they have the talent to be, D1, much less NFL or NBA. But even if they was, I just don't know that I would shield them from all of the stuff off the field, because I've been there and I walked that path. I understand how that goes. I understand the right financial people to put around you. I understand the right systems, the routine you need to all of that shit. But as far as like the business aspect of that, you gotta walk your own path. I don't know why. I don't know, man. Very interesting.
So you're saying you do want a Bronny James jersey?
Nah. I mean, if he's balling,
I wouldn't count on it.
I wasn't a fan of the move for my Lakers. I was a fan of the move for my LeBron.
Right.
Bro, that's the dopest shit in the world. That shit's fire.
Would you be upset by that if you were Bronny?
No, hell no.
I think I would.
I'm a realist. So all I have is my brain. I can't enter into his brain. From my brain's perspective, I'm not in the NBA right now if it's not for my dad. My dad is the best basketball player that's ever walked this planet. I'm proud of my dad. I love my dad. My dad's been there for me. Good man. All things considered. I don't know. But from the outside looking, that's what it looks like. He's been there for him. He's raised him. He's taught him the game, taught him life. And I love Pops. I'm going to be around my Pops. I know I'm not no first round draft pick. I have eyes. I'm a fan of basketball. I watch me. I'm not no first round draft pick. I'm not getting drafted after putting up 4 points at USC in the second round. I'm not getting drafted in any other scenario other than being LeBron James' son. So in my eyes, I'm like, shit. All right, I'm going to work my ass off to prove myself. To me, it's a leg up. I mean, I came from that, though. I came from, like, everybody doubting me. And so, like, I'm rooting for him. I just don't see it, but I'm rooting for him. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, if I'm him, I'm like, no, I'm not mad. Like, shit, get me in the door. I'll show you what I can do. And if I fail, it's on me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess don't look a gift horse in the mouth, but, like, he knows he's not good enough to play in the NBA.
I would assume he does, but, I mean, athletes' minds are very, very different, Big T. They are filled with a lot of delusion. Sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad.
That's true.
Yeah, but I'm a fan of the move. Hey, like I said, man, Bron surpassed MJ. It still feels so funny to say that he surpassed MJ in my book.
I can't believe it took you this long to come to that conclusion.
I came up in that era. I'm from that era, Big T.
Yeah,
I'm from. And that's
if you love something, set it free. And listen, I hate LeBron. I can't stand him. He's unquestionably the best basketball player ever.
It's still, even when you say it, my jerk reaction is no, MJ. Nah, Mike. But it's I've talked myself up. Like, my rationality has superseded my feelings.
That's big.
It's huge, man. Happens more time than not. All right, man. Unless there's any more voicemails, it's a good little nano dosing, man. Hopefully, I don't know how long this hair plug mission is going on, but is he coming back?
He'll be back. He'll be back like tomorrow. Like I think it's I think it's a minor operation.
All right, so we got a little hair plug special thing we doing for when Eric comes back. Be a fun little joke, man. So yeah, y'all should have fun with that. We'll see y'all Thursday. Eric comes back. That's nano dosing. Much love. And yeah, peace, man.